Hello and welcome back to one of the venues here at the Light Sport Expo, and this is in Sebring, Florida, with the Florida Aviation Network. I'm Ben Coleman, and I'm a correspondent actually for Air and Space Television, to be coming to you soon. And we would like to share with you more of the aspects of what goes on during the expo here at Sebring. And with us today with the Seaplane Pilots Association is
Bill Schmalz with the Seaplane Pilots Association, and we're here today as one of 4 days. We are having a temporary seaplane base here, and we also had a presentation up on the upper deck with information. We call it the information station. We have posters people can purchase if you want to go ahead and make a donation to the Seaplane Pilots Association, as well as we have Brown Seaplane Base here with us today, and they're giving rides for a small fee. We're trying to get people back in the seaplane mode, get some more pilots out there, and get your feet wet.
Well, Bill, now that you've told us what you're doing here and why you're doing it, you got ahead of me. This is live, folks, and this is one of the beauty parts about one of the Florida Aviation Network productions is you never know what you're going to get. So if one of the airplanes starts up, that's fine. And we're here. We just had a little rain shower pass over us. But, Bill, is that rain, or what do we call this in South Florida?
I believe you call it liquid sunshine.
Attaboy. And I tell you what, seaplane pilots are kind of a different breed. You're talking about some of the salty sailor aspect. You mix that with the savory aviator, and what do you have, Bill?
A lot of fun.
Okay. And Bill, tell us a little bit about what got you involved with the seaplane operations, and tell us if you enjoy it, and basically why. And why should somebody join the SPA and or the Seaplane Pilots Association? Do you have to be a pilot?
No, you don't have to be a pilot. And I started back in '89. I got my ticket with the Brown Seaplane Base, and things just got bigger and bigger, and I was flying my plane around here. I'd like to describe the area here. First of all, you have a very, very clear lake. It's spring-fed, and on the shoreline you have white sand and green grass. And this is a seaplane paradise right here at our doorstep with a 2-mile diameter lake. So you got about 10,000 feet for departures and arrivals.
And out of that 10,000 feet, what do you typically wind up using, Bill? Just to give the folks, the viewing audience, kind of a picture of how much room these seaplanes take to operate.
The average plane takes maybe 1,300 feet to depart, and probably about 800 to land on arrival, depending upon the winds. But that's a pretty good rule of thumb.
That's 800 feet. How does this mix with some of the marine and the boat traffic and the personal watercraft and so forth? How does that mix? Because some people might have a misconception that there's a lot of accidents on the water.
Well, we haven't had an accident here that I know of, and seaplanes are very friendly. We can mix with motorboats, sailboats, swimmers. It's just a matter of keeping an eye on what is out there in the water. And you do a flyby first and inspect where you're going to land, and that makes it very safe.
Bill, tell us what goes on with SPA through the year. Do you have any events that you harbor or that you kind of sponsor or look over?
Yes, I do. It was back in 1992. I was in my plane flying around, and I landed here. And I was checking out the different buildings in the area, and this particular site in 1992, I approached the owners and asked them about a seaplane fly-in. So in 1993, we had our first seaplane fly-in, and this March 10th of 2013, we'll have our 20th anniversary.
So that's here at the Lake Jackson, the Sunset Grill splash-in area. Is that correct?
That is correct. Right here at the Sunset Grill in downtown Sebring.
So you mean you can come here, land, come in, grab a burger, and then head on off?
Yes, you can.
Wow. Bill, let's take a short break, and I want us to develop a little bit more about how the restaurant interacts with the fly-in public and any limitations and some more of the background of how this developed. But let's come back and talk about this in a few minutes. So we're going to take a break, and I think I heard an airplane coming in. And we're back here at the Lake Jackson. We're here in Sebring, and we're at the Expo Splash-In area for the 2013 Splash-In. And Bill, we just had an airplane land here, and tell us a little bit about some of the activity that we have here on the shore and your airplane. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we have three aircrafts behind us. Right over here we have a mall that's owned by the Brown Seaplane guys. And we have a Piper Cub coming in. And then right behind me I have my Lake Renegade.
A Lake Renegade. Tell us a little bit about that. How many people does it hold? How fast does it go?
This particular aircraft is designed so it'll hold 6. However, I only use it for 4 passengers.
And this is an amphibious aircraft. Tell us what an amphibious aircraft.
Okay, amphibious is when you can go down the runway, put your gear up, you're in the air, and go over the roadway and land into a body of water. It's like you get all 3 within a few minutes.
So that it really is kind of the best of 2 worlds, being a boat and a plane, and you being a sailor as well as an aviator.
All 3 into one.
That's great. Bill, tell us how the restaurant here coexists with the all the nuisance and the traffic that comes up here on the base.
Well, they have traffic on the south side. It's all the cars that pull up. And the people here at the Sunset Grill welcome seaplanes all the time. And they pull up on the beach right here. And we have a big restaurant. The restaurant holds about 250 people. And it's a wonderful place to have a Sunday social event, which we do every year here at the Sunset Grill.
And is this a formal or how do you dress? Do we come here in a shirt and tie or tux, or what's the deal?
Cut-off shorts, T-shirt, and just come and have some fun. And it's real casual. And we've had up to 48 seaplanes here at one time.
Well, and as we can tell by the weather here, it's a little bit overcast, and that no doubt has had a little bit of effect on the outcome. But we're normally it's a beehive of activity here, and that's the reason that it's so important to get the word out there to the public. And Florida Aviation Network, that's what we deal with, is aviation safety and education. But we got to get the word out there. If anybody has interest, how would somebody go about learning more about becoming a seaplane pilot or just being an enthusiast?
Well, first of all, if you're a pilot, it's not a whole lot of effort to get your seaplane ticket. And if you want to get involved with aviation, it's not that hard. Just go to a school and get your private pilot. Go to a seaplane place and get your endorsement. And you can be in a regular seaplane, or you can choose to use a little 2-seater, which is called the LSA. That's Light Sport Aviation, which that's why we're here today, is because of that.
And Bill, a ticket, I don't want any more tickets. I got plenty from the Florida Highway Patrol. What are you talking about when you say ticket?
When you get your ticket here, as far as aviation go, that's your license. And parallel with that, you need to get a medical.
Okay, so now we got to get a medical. We got to get a license. And this sounds like a little bit too much regulation for me. I'm a renegade kind of guy. What can you do for me? Because I don't want to mess with all that paperwork.
Well, there's not a whole lot I can do for you, but I can tell you that FAA is one of the safest agencies that I know of, and I'm very proud to be a part of the FAA world. And I'm here supporting SPA and hoping that anything or any questions anybody has, that I'm here to help them answer any questions and to make the aviation industry safer through Seaplane Pilots Association.
Well, tell me what, if we have a group of people that do not want to deal with the regulations, is there an ultralight activity that you can fly? You don't have to have a license. You don't have to have a medical. You don't have to have anything. Just buy yourself an ultralight.
That's correct. There's rules and regulations with that, and if you were to research it, you could go into the LSA, that's the Light Sport Aviation, go online, research it, and you can actually fly with you and one other person in a very small two-seater, and you don't need a license and you don't need a medical.
Well, and the reason I mentioned that is these rules and regulations are just standards, and they're there to protect the industry and for safety, and to keep us not going outside the limits of protects us from ourselves. That's the whole standards deal, and that's my spiel for education for safety's sake. But Bill, I was baiting you a little bit, but I want to thank you for your time and effort today and all that you do for SPA.
Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure being with SPA. I've been with them over 20 years, and I plan on being around for a lot longer, and I'm helping educate as many people as possible. Thank you.
And again, $45, you can't beat it. Go online, Seaplane Pilots Association.